you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Tobago, looking for an evening of fun? Good. Well, I'd like to introduce you to Borderlines, a poetry showcase. Wait, Dogo. Now you may be wondering, what is Borderlines and why is this poetry thing?
Because Sona sensed that somewhere asunder, I would have just pondered the deepest quadruple entendre. Meanwhile, somewhere on the surface is the poem Sandy right for Slam and come first way.
Amazing.
The singing, the dancing, the drama, it was comedic.
Inspirational, fantastic.
Great poetry. Not just about what they say, but the meaning behind it.
You know, it's not just a show for entertainment.
Actually look forward to coming back.
Well, by now, I hope you're feeling good, because you realize it's not just poetry, it's an entire entertainment experience. Top-notch veteran poets Derron and Idrees Saleem will be featuring at Barcode Scarborough on the 8th of June. Doors open from 6 p.m. The show ain't starting too long after that. Special guest artist, Tobago's own spoken word maestro, Cleon McPherson in person. Free non-alcoholic drink on entry. Yes, it's Father's Day season, but this one is for the whole family. Tickets just $200 for all of this vibes. Available at Barcode or online at caritickets.com. That's CARI tickets.com, or call 481-1514 to book your spots now. Borderlines Father's Day Roadshow in Tobago. Lyrics for soul.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates morning show. You're viewing us here live in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. I'm excited for this next guests. These next guests, I should say, Derron Sandy and Idrees Saleem, who are spoken word artists, renowned spoken word artists in Trinidad and Tobago, and they're coming to talk to us about the upcoming event on Sunday, deemed, what is the theme?
Borderlines, Father's Day road trip.
Borderline.
Wow. Ooh. I think you should perform.
No, I know.
Derron, Idrees, are you hearing him?
Well, who should have performed was Cartel. Cartel should have performed. But
we're not getting into that Cartel talk right now. We're here to speak about Derron and Idrees performing at Borderlines Father's Day road trip at Barcode.
Yeah.
You know, before we...
hold on. I need to ask you first question. You pat down. Good morning and welcome, gentlemen. Right, I have been fan of this thing for years now, and I must say thank you for bringing this back to Tobago. It's been a long time coming. I've been begging for this. But to you, Mr. Idrees, how you could in the promotional video, in your spoken word, tell the people and them you have to ponder why Derron Sandy's spoken word win?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we have a rich history of this grandiose, muchísimo kind of culture when it comes to auditory arts and things. So that's all part of the good fun that they expect to come on to receive in the Borderline show and things. Yes. And Derron have his work too. Don't feel Derron don't have his work. He come back and miss it.
Yeah, I know it'll be fire for fire, man.
Fire for fire, same way.
Yeah, but I just wonder, for the viewers who don't know, tell us about your journey, Mr. Sandy. Being a spoken word artist, where it all began for you, etc., etc.
I'm interested in hearing the answer to this. I remember Derron as a high school student when he visited the high school during the 2 cents movement. Everybody is so excited about this thing. Derron, I'm listening, Derron.
It started for me at the University of the West Indies. There was a lively open mic there called You We Speak, where a lot of the spoken word artists that exist now would have come up through. And one day I was just walking home from basketball training. I heard this song and I was attracted to the song. I guess like many other people, I was like, this song's like something I could do. And I went forward. I asked the curator of the event at that time, Amilcar Sanatan, how to book. And I signed up for the next event. I don't think I went on immediately because it was full. So I went on to the next one, but it gave me some time to sort of look at spoken word, the little clips on YouTube. Back then, videos were grainy. You know, you couldn't see the video properly when you're fighting to see it. And I ended up writing a parody to one of the most famous pieces at the time, which would have been a piece from Muhammad Muakil called Last Midnight Robber. And I wrote a piece called The Last Midnight Robber Killer, against the wishes of two of my friends, but I still did it anyway. And you know, the rest is history after that, really.
Yeah. So it really goes to show that you have to listen to your intuition and your this spirit leading your man. But Mr. Idrees, where did did it also begin at UE Speak for you as well? I know you are also a renowned spoken word artist. I've always listened to your pieces as well, and just very creative. You two mashing up the place, man.
Good vibes. Yeah, it would have been around that time in that era. I have a background also in theater arts. So I was part of a drama club in St. Augustine Secondary School, and my director realized that I liked writing and started to push me in that direction, where I would open up for our plays with some poetry. I didn't know it was spoken word poetry at the point in time. I just knew I was expressing myself. And soon after that, a guy by the name of Muhammad Muakil from Freetown Collective, he would have seen some of my stuff, and he kind of encouraged me to start to do poetry at the same You Will Speak open mic, because he would have been one of the founders of the open mic, and kind of like that was kind of like where it started for me.
All right. But congratulations to you, Mr. Sandy. I really forgot to give you the congratulations. But given that you won the last poetry slam, I believe, what piece did you perform and what inspired the piece?
I wish I won the last poetry slam, but I came second.
Well, your place?
Yeah, when I was a new poet called Shaquille Warren. And the piece I would have done, this was 1 month ago. It was May the 4th, actually, exactly 1 month from today.
Yeah.
And the piece I would have done would have been a piece called Monsters, which kind of looked at the political situation in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, a month ago we'd have been at just ending the election season. So it was based on that and really looking at how somebody could start off with very noble intentions, but when they get caught up in the political climate and the mudslinging and the race baiting, etc., they more or less turn into a monster. And most times that is fueled by we the people buying into that kind of thing and really supporting it and getting behind it, and we turning into monsters ourselves,
Right.
All right. So I know Dwayne is a bit excited, and to be quite honest, those starting questions, I think those are personal questions. Dwayne being probably your number one biggest fan, yeah. But I know we have this big event coming up. That's Borderline's Father's Day road trip, and I know you are excited. I am excited because I already have my tickets to this event. Dwayne needs to keep up as your number one fan, right? But what do we expect to see at Borderline's Father's Day road trip event at Barcode in Scarborough?
Well, Borderline.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Borderlines is essentially, the product was important for us as spoken word artists going into the thing full time because we really want to make it as sustainable as possible. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the event itself is designed to really push spoken word poetry to what we consider to be new heights, places where you wouldn't really see it explored in a regular open mic. On the slam stage, we really mix the different elements with it, whether it's theater, whether it's music, whether it's interesting storytelling, whether it's a certain performance concept. So you're not going to feel like you're in a poetry show. That is the first thing. You're not going to feel like you're in a poetry show.
We ain't snapping fingers and them kind of thing, we clapping and them thing.
Might jump up in the air and do so, bow, 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 or some kind of thing.
Shots fired.
Yeah, it's a really different kind of energy. Sometimes people hear poetry and they say, okay, let me come out with my tea and that kind of thing. And while there's room for the tea sippers to enjoy it as well, it's really an experience that draws in even non-poetry lovers, because that's what we try to do. We try to show people that spoken word poetry, especially as it is portrayed in Trinidad and Tobago, has potential to appeal. It's just to get people to buy into it, and that'll always be a process, but we're willing to do the work,
All right. So I know you said that we could expect people like yourself, Derron, and Idrees to perform, but who else can we expect at the show on Sunday?
On Sunday, we will be in addition to our show, because Derron and I would be the ones who coming up with the main performers for the show, but we always try to include someone who we believe we respect as a performer, someone who has been coming up in the game, whether it's a newcomer performer or someone who's a veteran in the game. And this year we decided to include a veteran who is son of the soil when it comes to our Tobago performing arts community, and it's Cleon McPherson, who is a pastime National Poetry Slam competitor. He also placed at I forget the year that he placed, and he's a good friend of ours. He has been no stranger to the spoken word community, and he also has been making waves in the international community, whether it be regional or international. I don't even think in the country right now, because the man is definitely doing this thing. But he's going to be there, really making his mark on the performance stage in the Borderlines show, and it will be something to look forward to. We don't even know the quality, the kind of fire he coming with, because some of the pieces is surprises to us also. But we know the quality that Cleon McPherson is popular for, and we very excited to see what he's going to bring to the stage.
For real.
Is the thumbs up on these things to me from Dwayne? Dwayne.
Listen, these heavy rollers we laminate with. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, of course. Right now, we talking to the bosses right now. After this, we could help sign a few autographs. I'm kidding, right? But
hold on. I asked Mr. Sandy. I asked Mr. Sandy, what piece did he perform? I didn't get a chance to ask, what piece did you perform at the 2025 Poetry Slam?
Oh, I didn't enter the 2025 Poetry Slam. Actually, the last time I entered the Poetry Slam was 2020. And the last time I would have placed in the Poetry Slam was 2019. So, Derron, how much times you would have placed in the Poetry Slam, Derron?
I think about five or six times, I think.
Six times.
Only 1 point. Yeah.
Every rollers, boy. Every rollers.
I wish I had a color to pop for Derron. Just.
Talking hard. When it's rehearsal time and preparation time, it'll be a lot of work going into doing one piece for the National Poetry Slam. But the last time I performed at the Slam would have been 2019, right before COVID. So that I would have taken some time for myself and really try to develop this brand that we have as Borderlines, to really make it something that is part of the spoken word ecosystem. Taddy Slam, there are things like Back on Leaf, other events that we, even in Tobago, the Tobago Writers Guild would have events that used to develop the spoken word sphere. And so Borderlines is just our humble contribution to try to make this spoken word art form something that has longevity. I hear you do have your ticket. You have tickets here waiting for you. Just make sure and get yours.
Yeah.
Look into the camera, Dwayne.
I will get mine.
Look into the camera.
And because it's Father's Day, I feel like I'm bringing my old man.
So,
right.
Yeah.
I'm bringing no old man. I comment for myself. Anyways, so,
it's Father's Day, right?
Yes, I'm aware that it's for Father's Day. But I don't know if you were listening to Idrees's advertisement, but he said it's a family thing. So I will be bringing family. Okay, if they see me as my father, they see my father. But most importantly, I'm going.
Okay.
Right, Dwayne? Okay. Right. So for the people like Dwayne, right, who wants to come so badly, but has not purchased their tickets like myself, where do they find tickets? How much for the tickets? And when is the deadline to purchase tickets?
Tickets are $200. You could get them at Barcode itself in Scarborough. Or you could call 481-1514 to get the information as well. And you could get them up to the day of the event. We really have no cap. If the event, if 1,000 people come, we are fitting everybody with 1,000 rag and 1,000. Right? And when patrons come, besides the free non-alcoholic drink, you get an entry courtesy Barcode. We have a lot of prizes to give away. So it's not just the poetry. You get NRL thing. We have hampers from NFM. We have KFC vouchers. We have a package from Secret Sensations, but the big package people looking forward is the massage spa and treatment from Casey's Transformation Center and Casey's Transformation and Healing Center. 2 massage packages, and that's a business actually in Tobago run by a young person. We always like to support the young people. We also have another Tobagonian with his business Secret Sensations, which is a perfume line. So we are a real thing we giving away. We just go and give away thing when we reach. Besides the poetry, folks gonna be having again gifts for Father's Day one time. I don't know if non-fathers or the people outside of the men will get, but you know how I am. You know, I like to spread it to everybody. So you don't worry. The ladies might get some gifts as well, you know.
Dwayne trying his best to be so cool about this, but he's every time the camera is focused on you, Dwayne is here like, you know, kicking his foot and ready to just fly out the chair.
She's still not she herself, and that's exactly what she is. You know the Bible say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth does speak. Guilty as charged. But
Dwayne, my advice to you is to just get your tickets and get ready for Borderlines.
I'm going to get my tickets.
You're going to get your tickets.
Yeah. You know,
I'll spare the pancake house voucher for Dwayne, man. I'll spare something.
Give me something nice. But you know, I think it would be remiss of you know, me and all of viewership for us not to leave with something, man.
You're gonna
give it a line. Give it a line each, man.
You see, a free performance you're looking for. He ain't buy the ticket yet.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
I trying to promote how good these men are. Them
we'll see how well they are when they come to Borderlines.
I understand.
I have you doing. I can do all things through him, like some do get this. Bring Rex to the Lord. Let me make a checklist. I see in trials, all sorts of things that you witness. Beaten, bruised, banged and bloodied by trials, fitness, man, like you can't take a challenge. I just laugh hard anytime the devil balance, cause I see God balance. Poetry plays and performance on his pinky, that is performance. His love so sweet is like a Twinkie, not cake, but twice open in lock gates. We thought we couldn't get you. Even if you fall off mountains, God will catch you. Empire State equipped with elevators. Sit down by the throne and vibes with my maker, vibes with my king. His children can accomplish anything. We pressing up so much we and think we in a gym. But if you want a next line, come down on Sunday in Borderlines.
All right.
Derron, you see that? No, I can't live down the fact that Dwayne just saw a live performance and he's not going to stop mentioning it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, so folks, you heard it here first at Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. Borderlines Father's Day Road Trip, Barcode, Scarborough, Tobago, on the 8th of June at 6 p.m. Tickets are only $200. Look forward to seeing artists Derron, Sandy, and Idrees Saleem. And they will be featuring Cleon McPherson. Dwayne is excited. I am excited. You all should be excited for this Father's Day special. For your tickets, visit carrytickets.com or Barcode here in Scarborough. Or you can call 481-1514. That's 481-1514. This is a spoken word poetry event. So Derron, Idrees, looking forward to seeing you all on Sunday. Dwayne, get your tickets. I don't know.
But I get a point.
Between the both of us, I don't know who is going to get more giveaways, but we'll see.
You're not getting nothing, you know.
Stay and feel so, you know, like a thief in the night, just saying. Right, so Derron, Idrees, thank you so much for joining us here on Tobago Updates.
It's a pleasure.
Enjoy your day, viewers. Before we go, I just want to encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live.